Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. The Modern Warfare Zombies launch blog post is out now, and seeing as it's absolutely massive, I thought I would basically read through the entire thing with you guys, give you my thoughts, of course, as we go, but I'm also going to just put some zombie slaying on the screen in the background so that you've got something to kind of keep your eyeballs busy while we work our way through. Okay? Sound good? Cool. So, it says, welcome to Operation Deadbolt. Your main tasks, aside from surviving hordes of zombies and the machinations of the PMC group Terminus outcomes, are threefold. Operation Deadbolt: explore an open world and search for valuable acquisitions and schematics. A world of opportunity: complete contracts to earn essence, collect acquisitions, and clear missions to discover what's really happening in the exclusion zone. And secure and extract. You also need to learn when the situation on the ground becomes advantageous as well as untenable. Immerse yourself and work with other players to complete the more difficult mission objectives and extract before you're overwhelmed. So it all begins in the lobby. The Modern Warfare Zombies lobby features the same global panel access, which nobody likes. Everyone hates the global panel thing. That's a bad thing, Call of Duty. Nobody likes the Modern Warfare 2 menu, and they don't like it in Modern Warfare 3 either. Oh, but the main menu is slightly different. The main menu across the top, lobby, gear, strike team, customized battle pass, and store, is meant to prepare you for your next mission to survive the undead horde, so it doesn't sound that different. That's weird. The match and progress information along the bottom allows you to launch into your next match. That doesn't sound that crazy. And quickly ascertain how much of the zombie story missions you've completed. Dude, zombies story missions will never sound normal to me. That's always going to be weird. That's just always going to feel strange. I get what's happening with it. I get why they're doing it. Like, I understand, right? Okay? But that doesn't mean that I'm going to sit here and be like, hell yeah, dude. Them just telling the story in a linear fashion in zombies makes sense to me. It doesn't. It feels weird as hell. Readying up for a mission. Recruit any unlocked operator for your strike team. Each recruited operator will have their own on-soldier gear. All operators you've unlocked from both Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 are available, and 2 operators, Ripper and Scorch, are unlocked after you complete specific challenges in zombies. Okay, so I like the fact that Ripper and Scorch are zombie specific. That's a good thing. I'm always down for zombie specific content. I think that that's something that I will always champion. And each strike team operator can be chosen and comes with 5 different customizable equipment slots. The gear you find during missions is saved here and includes kill streaks, armor, gas masks, and medical items. So that's interesting to me because the save slots are operator specific. And I don't know if I like that, to be honest. I feel like that's kind of cool in one sense because it means that you kind of feel a little bit more tied to your operator maybe. But in another sense, is that just going to be annoying? Like trying to juggle stuff between different operators, is that going to get frustrating? The gear you find is saved there. I mean, I don't even know if you can swap between them necessarily. You might not be able to. It might actually be just tied to that specific operator, which again, weird system if that's the way it is, but it's not 100% clear whether or not that's the case just from reading this so far. This rucksack's image looks pretty interesting. So you can fill the rucksack with essential acquisitions that you find on the battlefield or craft them via valuable schematics. I mean, that's not that much of a surprise, I suppose. Let's kick this thing into the other zombies. Kaboom. That was cool. Initially, there are up to 5 open slots on the small rucksack, but after your first mission, providing you've either found acquisitions or schematics, you can add such items to the rucksack. This actually makes me think that the thing I just said is like, it's not an issue at all whatsoever because you can just swap items. Like it literally has a swap items button. And so we can probably just swap from whatever perk can or what have you to the ray gun or something. And that'll be totally fine. Like I don't think that's going to be a problem. The loadout section is pretty intense. It says choose 2 primaries or a primary and a secondary to take along with a lethal, tactical, and field upgrade. You have primary and secondary weapons. All Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 weapons are available to use in zombies. Any that are XP recommended are denoted by a small fire icon and grant you more XP if used, which is cool. That's the sort of Hades effect. So I'm honestly happy to see that that's in the game. I think that's a cool addition. There are insured slots, which we're all familiar with, right? We know what those are. Weapons you've leveled up, added attachments to, and come from the weapon pool of over 100 Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 weapons. If you fail to exfil with an insured weapon, it only becomes available again after you go through a cooldown period. You have up to 3 insured slots, and 2 of them are unlocked after completing zombies missions. So again, that's very DMZ. That's like really unsurprising stuff. There are contraband stashes, weapons you've found and exfilled with and are permanently lost if left behind during a mission. So I'm guessing this is like the ray gun. So I'm guessing this is where the ray gun will get included as well, I guess. Keeping a stash of up to 20 of these weapons may or may not have attachments on them. It's helpful when augmenting your loadout. And then tactical and lethal equipment. A selection of multiplayer, tactical, and lethal equipment can be equipped as part of your loadout. Tacticals include stuns, smokes, scatter mines, decoys, shock stims, experimental gas grenades, frags, claymores, throwing knives, thermite, proximity mine, drill charge, sticky grenade, C4, Molotov. Oh my god, there's so much stuff. Okay, so needless to say, there's a lot of stuff there. Now, I will say, the art that we've got here for these field upgrades looks pretty sick. I'm actually a really big fan of this art. I think that's really cool. It says that they are completely different from the equipment available to multiplayer operators. There are 6 field upgrades, 5 of which are unlocked as you progress through your military player ranks. That's Energy Mine, which is an explosive, Frenzied Guard, which is Frenzied Guard, Healing Aura, Frost Blast, and Ether Shroud. Oh, and there's Tesla Storm as well. For 10 seconds, lightning connects to other players, stunning and damaging normal enemies. Cool. Okay, that sounds interesting. But then it says adding to your attacks, acquisitions and schematics. Once you return from your first few successful missions, you'll be able to place acquisitions into your rucksack. You can also start to craft your own acquisitions from the schematic crafting location in the lobby between drops. So can't craft those in the match, which is interesting. Acquisitions are single-use items that can give you an advantage on the battlefield. Acquisitions you find and exfil within your rucksack can be added to your acquisition stash within your rucksack menu. Schematics are highly sought-after plans that permanently allow you to craft acquisitions that you can add to your rucksack. Schematics have a cooldown period after which they can be brought into the exclusion zone. The following types of acquisitions can be found and used or crafted if the schematics are located, and all have a rarity value associated with them, denoting how difficult they are to find and the level of improvements they bring to the weapon or item they affect. So there's Ethereum, which has rare, epic, and legendary. There's Ether Tool, which has, again, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary with that one. The Dark Ether element is used in conjunction with crafting schematics to bolster your weaponry. Raw and refined Ethereum crystals are used to upgrade your Pack-a-Punch weapon to levels 1 and 2 respectively. I wonder if that's meant to say to upgrade to levels 2 and 3? I'm not sure. And uncommon, rare, and epic ether tools upgrade your currently held weapon to a rarer form, and the rarer the form, the more impressive the damage the weapon inflicts. So that's just upgrading its rarity, that's fine. The vest, gloves, boots, and gear perk system is not in Zombies. Instead, you get perks available as a permanent boost throughout a mission unless you fully die. Wait, unless you fully die? Wait, what? It's not just if you go down? It's actual complete bleed out death? I feel like that can't be right. Surely you lose the perks if you go down. That's weird. I question that. So, Deadshot Daiquiri, Death Perception is in the game, which still, to me, is just so strange. We've got Elemental Pop, Juggernog, PhD Flopper, Quick Revive, Speed Cola, Stamina Up, and Tombstone. So, nothing too crazy there, except Tombstone is pretty neat now. So Tombstone has an effect where on death, you create a Tombstone stash at that location, which contains your inventory, and the next game you spawn into, so it's an entire separate match, that will then have your Tombstone loadout available for you to grab, which, like, is pretty wild because Tombstone historically has never worked between games before in that way. So that's a cool change. I back that. There's also ammo mods. The weapon you're currently holding can be further augmented with an ammo modification. For the exact effect each ammo mod brings to a battle, test them out in the exclusion zone. You've got Brain Rot, Cryo Freeze, Dead Wire, Napalm Burst, and Shatter Blast. So really just not seeing anything there that's a surprise. Not seeing anything whatsoever. That's pretty standard stuff. For wonder weapons here, it looks like we've got the Wunderwaffe, it looks like we've got the new wonder weapon, and we've got the RAYGUN. Those are the things that are being shown in those images by the looks of things. They say they are necessary and devilishly difficult to find schematics, and once you've got them, you'll be able to craft some of the most arcane and powerful weaponry ever seen. The wonder weapons available at game launch are currently redacted. So because those are schematics, just to remind you, that means that they permanently allow you to craft acquisitions that you can add to your rucksack, and they have a cooldown period, which means that once you get the schematic for the RAYGUN, once you get that, you always have that schematic, and it's just going to be a cooldown as to whether or not you can craft the acquisition, which is honestly kind of wild. I really didn't realize they were going to go with that system specifically. I kind of thought that the RAYGUN and stuff would be something that you'd then have to re-find if you died with it, but it sounds like actually once you've extracted with it a single time with that schematic, you can then just indefinitely craft it so long as your cooldown time is up, which is, yeah, that's pretty crazy. For the missions, you can acclimate to the horrors of Urzikstan Exclusion Zone and commence a multi-layered storyline that focuses on a variety of tiered missions in 3 acts. Okay, so we already knew that it was going to be a multi-act kind of structure in that way, so that's not really a surprise. Not all missions are immediately accessible, and the mission you wish to complete, which may have one or multiple tasks, is highlighted. Mission completion rewards, including acquisitions, cosmetics, durable items, double XP, are also visible prior to infill. So that's interesting. I'm kind of wondering if they're calling these things devilishly difficult to find, not because they are available in the game world randomly and it's infrequent, but rather because you just have to complete all of the missions in order to get them. Like, what if that third mission is what gets us the, like, Wunderwaffe blueprint? I could see that being the reward for that, right? Because they want to incentivize you to do the missions. It says, complete tasks within a mission and receive unlocked missions and rewards. That's so weird. Complete tasks in a mission to receive unlocked missions. Complete missions within a tier and receive unlocked missions. Again, complete all tiers to finish an act and receive an unlocked, literally unlock more missions. Complete all 3 acts to receive a redacted. So yeah, I'm guessing that's a wonder weapon schematic. And maybe it's a cutscene. And continue to uncover the mysteries plaguing the exclusion zone prior the storyline continuation at season 1. Interesting. So what does that mean for season 1? So you also here have mission parameters, the essence of zombies. So it says you have freedom and flexibility to explore the exclusion zone throughout Urzikstan, and infilling allows you to complete a wide variety of activities as well as the specific mission tasks you assign to yourself prior to the session start. Aside from the specific mission tasks you're undertaking, each zombie's infill enables you to explore, investigating low, medium, and high threat zones. This can be done with a purpose, or you can simply remain in the relative safety of a low threat zone as you learn how to deal with a variety of enemy threats. Weapon leveling is an excellent plan with the outer edge of the map. Complete contracts. That allows you to earn essence, the in-game currency mainly gathered after zombie culling, and acquisitions by completing contracts in the field for Operation Deadbolt. Okay. Upgrade to progress. Spend essence at machines across the map and upgrade your weapons and gear, and then extract acquisitions, and successfully doing that allows you to keep acquisitions and get a head start in the next deployment. So that's honestly like a really long way of saying a lot of stuff that we did actually already know. Kaboom. I love this weapon so much, dude. It's so much fun. That is a really high quality picture of the wonder weapon though. So that's 100% going in this YouTube video's thumbnail. So thank you, Call of Duty. I appreciate that. It also says within a deployment, your TAC map displays a variety of interesting game features and some of the most important ones detailed below so you can understand how to interact with them. Buy stations allow you to purchase a variety of helpful items such as kill streaks, gas masks, and other essentials, as well as sell any unwanted items you've collected. Perca-Cola machines allow you to purchase a beverage that increases your prowess. We know that, bro. They're really, like, I guess, okay, fine, they're explaining it for new players, but a new player's going to be reading, like, 5 pages of zombies update news. I don't know. I feel like that's a sort of mismatch in what they're expecting their target audience to be here. Pack-a-punch machines upgrades your currently carried weapon. Again, who needs to be told that in a blog post? If you're a noob and you don't know how the PAP works, you're not reading a blog post. Wall buys, again, I don't need to tell you what a wall buy does. Mystery boxes, again, yeah, we get it. It's a weapon of varying rarity and occasionally a wonder weapon. The wonder weapons section is redacted. Wow. And then it says nothing gets in, nothing gets out. And that's kind of the tagline of Operation Deadbolt. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm just going to give you sort of like a 30-second series of thoughts here. But then as soon as I'm done with this recording, I'm going to make another video that's separate to this, just talking about my thoughts based on the confirmation of stuff that we've had in this blog post so far. So if you're looking for like more in-depth and long-form thoughts, that separate video is where you can expect to see that, okay? But just for the time being, overall, I think that there's exciting stuff here in the sense that, like, I'm super curious to see how Zombies is going to work in this new format. I'm totally open to kind of giving it its breathing room in that regard and giving it a chance to wow me. I don't want to just go into this assuming it's going to be bad straight away. I think that would be doing a disservice to Treyarch in having built a new mode out for us. But at the same time, I'm absolutely not going to be holding my breath expecting this to be as good as Cold War or as good as Black Ops 3 or as good as whatever other Zombies experience. I'm going to be treating it as a new thing, and I'm going to be holding it to the standards of Zombies because they're calling it Zombies, and so you can expect me to continue to criticize them when they do things that feel like step out of the sort of Zombies DNA and Zombies formula. But within that criticism, I'm going to really try and make sure that it's critique and it's constructive, so the sort of collectively, you guys can tell me how you're feeling, I can tell you how I'm feeling, we can have our own dialogue, and then we can sort of let Treyarch know in these videos and let Treyarch know in the comments that you guys leave where our heads are are at and how we want the mode to evolve over the next 12 months. So if this blog post has excited you, let me know. If it hasn't excited you, let me know. I'd love to hear what you think of the post itself, not of the detail, but like the way they laid it out and the stuff that I read out to you today. Did that excite you as a Zombies fan? Did it turn you off? Like, what was your reaction to it? And like I said, I'll be posting a bunch more content about this in the next 24 hours and then gameplay in like 24 hours as well once the game is out. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye for now.